Hey, it's Johnny. Wanting to go over this rotary tool. It's kind of like a Dremel. I got it from Tacklife. You have your, let me back off here. You have your, like your router head that'll screw on. So if you're wanting to do stenciling or letters on a surface, this will go on the top of your, screws right on the top of there, and you can set your depth of your tool. So it's a lot easier. You ain't got to worry about gouging, going too deep. Now this is the head that comes on it here, the tip, and then your bits will go in here. You turn your head, push that button in, that lock button, put your bit in, and use your wrench that comes with it to tighten up your bits. So it makes it real easy. You can put on your flex shaft head, goes on top here, tightens in, and then you're using your tools from the tip of this. Whenever you go to change your bits on this one, you have this little 90-degree tool. It's like an Allen wrench. It'll fit in there. Spin this until it goes into the hole, and then it'll lock that up. So you can turn this, put your bits in there, once again tighten it up with your little wrench, which makes it real easy or handy to switch out. Inside your tips, your heads, you got different sized bits, some with a large shaft, some with a small, so you get two different ones. If you're going to mess with a tip with a larger shaft, you're okay with this here, but if you do want to do something with the smaller shaft, some small bit like this, then you're going to need something that's going to tighten up a little bit more, which they make these small shaft tips right here. See the different size of the insert? This takes a small shaft, and it's really easy to switch these things out. You simply just take this, unscrew it, pop out the large shaft, put in the small shaft, put your head back on. Real easy to switch out whatever you want to use. Cutting wheels, let's go over what all there is in here. So messing around with cutting wheels right here, little cutting discs, and buffer compound also is in some of these. Goes onto your little cotton buffer wheels here. These helps polishing compound. These are little sanding discs, just like the other ones I just showed. Little discs, sanders. How you use these here is they have this little bit here that you will unscrew the screwdriver tip on this, which there's a screwdriver tip on the end of your tool, but if you unscrew it, put the disc on, put the screw back in, tighten it up, and then you have your disc on there. You can change them out that way. You got two different ones of these, so you have that to mess with. Large sanding or cutting discs, many different grinder tip bits, many different bits like this. Diamond cutting tools. Let's see if I can, there we go, little diamond head cutting tools. Different tips on them, some for real small detail, some for bigger. There's your rubber boots for your sanding cones. That's for the large ones, and then for the small ones you have a smaller boot. So you'll put the cone on there, tighten up the screw, which enlarges this and holds it on there snug. That's how you do your sanding cones. You have your grinding heads, different grades of grinding heads, coarse and fine. Metal brush, plastic brushes. Here's all your grinding stones also, and then your buffer heads. Many different things you can do with it. Show you real quick on changing this head. It's real simple. Do it right here in front of you. We'll take this top plastic piece off, and if this is loosened up enough to fit the tip in, it is. So then you'll tighten this up, take your tool, you'll snug it, this slides back on, tightens up, hand tighten that, And then whenever you turn this on, power goes to your head. So that way, when you're doing small detail, it's a lot easier. You can hang this up somewhere above you or next to you, and then you can just sit there and just do real small detail with the hand tool. It's a flex shaft is what it is. So that makes it real nice. And did I show you on changing the bit on this? The little 90-degree tool and that hole right there. You'll spin this shaft until this fits in. Once it fits in there, it locks that shaft. Then you'll use your tool to open this, put your bit in there, tighten it up, take that back out, and you're ready to go. It's real simple. These two tools is what you're going to run the whole show with. That's what lets you switch everything out. And like I was telling you, the router head, this helps you set a depth. Then you can go along and do letters or whatever something that you're not wanting to go too deep into your subject board. That helps you with something like that. But looking at this set, I mean, for everything you get, the tool and all, for the price, you're saving a lot of money by not going with a Dremel or something like that. And it's a fun set. So many things you can do with this and toy with this whenever it comes to crafting. So it's a good set. I like it. Let's go over what all there is in here. So messing around with cutting wheels right here, little cutting discs, and buffer compound also is in some of these. Goes onto your little cotton buffer wheels here. These helps polishing compound. These are little sanding discs, just like the other ones I just showed. Little discs, sanders. How you use these here is they have this little bit here that you will unscrew the screwdriver tip on this, which there's a screwdriver tip on the end of your tool. But if you unscrew it, put the disc on, put the screw back in, tighten it up, and then you have your disc on there. You can change them out that way. You got two different ones of these. So you have that to mess with. Large sanding or cutting discs. Many different grinder tip bits. Many different bits like this. Diamond cutting tools. See if I can. There we go. Little diamond head cutting tools. You got these little shaping tools here. You can also use, I'll give you a couple demos. For my demo, I'm just going to use like a little piece of soapstone. See that? And that's just a little cutter head, little grinder head. For people that are trying to do like little carving or what have you, etching, that's how easy it is to do a little detail on these here.